Afternoon, everybody. How are we doing? Afternoon, David, Andy, Diamond. All good? Had a core durable goods come out this afternoon. Larger than expected, better than expected on the orders. So yeah, not too bad. A little bit of a spike on the US dollar, but nothing dramatic, unfortunately, on that. Other news. There's a few bits and pieces coming out of Japan ahead of Thursday as well. So a few more bits coming out of there. We had China saying they're going to beat the US dollar GDP growth next year. Apart from that, not a lot else news-wise. The usual rumblings coming out of Russia, telling everybody what to do. North Korea shows at least 3 Hwasong 17 ICBMs at military parade. Well, they won't go very well, will they? They just keep blowing up stuff. Anywho, that's all for news. We got consumer confidence at 3, but that's not usually doing stuff. Afternoon, Massima. So I took a couple of extra trades on the DAX, which I got a nice TP on down at these lows. So that initial trade I took this morning, the very first one, the breakout of the opening range, I TP'd on it, I don't know, 2 and a bit hours later. And I took another one up there when we got this gap fill, which I got out of down there as well. So 4 failed trades, 2 worked. So I'm about 0.7% down for the morning, which isn't the end of the world. Afternoon, Neo. But yeah, very tricky old session that. This was the news announcement that did that. CAD Swiss I got out of as well. I was hoping we were just going to get a pullback continuation. I had that to break even, so I got out of break even on that. No joy on that one. Apart from that, everything else is just kind of running. But a good morning on the funded account. Done. Is that today? Can't be today. Oh, yeah, it is it today. Done 1,100 quid, dollars on the funded account, on the DAX. And that Euro CAD trade, I closed that out because that dropped. I had a Euro CAD on. And that dropped. So I got out of that as well. And I've got $300 odd running at the moment. So, yeah, good morning overall. Right. So, let's have a look at the indices. So, FX-wise, there's been quite a bit of movement. Aussie dollar yen came off of ADR. We looked at that one. No, it's a CAD yen we looked at this morning, wasn't it? So, we've had quite a bit of movement. We got an ADR high hit on Aussie dollar yen. That's come off the highs beautifully. All the other yens as well. CAD yen had a nice push up. ADR hit. Big drop. Big drop on that one. CAD Swiss as well has moved. So lots of movement across the board on lots of stuff. Swiss franc, it seems, is having a bit of a push at the minute. Everything is coming down against the Swiss franc. So we haven't had a lot of movement on the Swissy for a while, and so actually getting a bit of traction, which is good to see. Unfortunately, it's in the wrong direction to what I wanted, because I was on that CAD Swiss, but I've got a US dollar Swiss short on, so that's now coming back to pretty much to break even. Unfortunately, didn't get high enough to gather up my second position up at ADR. But if it decides it wants to just dunk this afternoon, that's fine by me. Pound yen as well. Big move down. Pound's really not been happy again today. Pound's shot. It's almost as bad as the euro, if not worse at the moment. So yeah, pound yen has come down. New Zealand dollar yen, big push down. US dollar yen, push down. So we got that yen strength still showing at the moment, which is nice to see. But like I said yesterday, it is ahead of the news, which is coming out on Thursday. So I'm worried that this is basically a pullback before a next leg higher. So difficult to tell what's going on with this yen at the minute. We've got 3 minutes to the open. Afternoon, Luke. So yeah, few ADR hits, US dollar CAD as well. We've got an ADR high hit on that one. That is still pushing. The US dollar is still pushing pretty hard. So big, strong push up to ADR on that one. So potential short opportunity on that. But we have got a fairly good US dollar at the moment. US dollar Swiss is coming down. But everything else is coming down against the US dollar. And obviously US dollar CAD is pushing. So Swiss franc stronger than the US dollar at the minute. Yen stronger than the US dollar at the minute, but US dollar stronger than everything else. So bit of a mixed bag this morning. The only things we've got on the hourlies are the euro, Swiss. Obviously that's because of the Swiss franc movement. So I'm just going to close out half. Or should I close that all out? That's right. Just look at another position. I'm going to let that run. Yeah, so Euro Swiss obviously is pushed down to ADR. I'd be looking for shorts on the Euro, so I wouldn't want to take that. Euro Yen, same thing, looking for shorts on it, and it's hit ADR low. Sorry, RSI low. So pull back and drop on that one. Pound Yen, again, we've got RSI hit to the downside on that. That's just run into a level of support. So we've got this nice support here. We've reacted at multiple times. We've just tapped into that, pound yen. So potential long opportunity there. Market's just about to open. I wouldn't want to really try and get much further than that though. So yeah, don't really fancy that either. Pound New Zealand and pound US. All hit ADR, RSI lows. Pound US obviously is hit down there as well. So they're all kind of going in the direction I would expect them to go. And a lot of these as well, they're all pretty much the same. Been on New Zealand US dollar sells from 66.411, David. Nice. Yeah, nice. Still going. So the 4-hour RSIs, there's quite a few of those. Pound yen. Nicely extended on the 4-hour. Again, looking pound short. Yen potential strength, but they could get a bounce from there. It's likely to get a bounce from there. Very, very, very extended. But all these pounds are absolutely tanking at the minute. Really don't want to get in the way of them. We started looking at this one yesterday, didn't we? Look all we got. So, yeah, not great. Let's have a quick look at the market open. Not a lot of movement there. Let's watch the Nasdaq. Might watch the S&P actually today. So from an indices perspective, so far today, down day on the DAX, very marginal. There's quite a fair bit of movement on it, but it's just been awful to trade. It's taken forever to muck around in there. Nasdaq a little bit down, everything just ever so slightly down. Very nice moves down on the Dow at the minute. So I'm just trying to open a trade. Why can't I open that trade? There we go. Okay, so I got a short running on the S&P at the minute. On my funded account. It's opening really, really, really bearish. I just want to close half of this out and move the rest to break even. I'm just waiting for it to finish running short. Okay, just close half of that out. Just want it in the bank, basically. Blimey, $1,500 today. It's a good day. Right. Sorry. Distracted. I'm doing too many things at once. So a difficult decision on direction this afternoon. With everything, we've had these big pushes down. We had this nice rejection. I'm still potentially looking for a down day on this today. The thing that might throw a spanner in the works is the acquisition of Twitter. Doesn't look like it's having an awful lot of effect at the moment on the Nasdaq. That's still coming down pretty hard at the present. So looking potentially for shorts, but it's all kind of going at the open. So not sure going to get a chance to get in there. There's a lot of selling coming in, but not a lot of downward movement actually. If you look at the indices, Nasdaq much worse than the S&P. It's one of the reasons I just exited that S&P, half of that S&P position, because we're getting a lot of absorption down on the S&P down here. A lot of selling volume coming in, but we don't seem to be making a lot of progress. Levels wise, we're looking at 42.45 and 42.50 as the main stumbling blocks, but there's a lot of limit orders sitting at the lows here. Basically, we've moved a long way down today already, so there's a lot of money sitting down at these lows. Can't see it. You can never see it on the Nasdaq. This doesn't work as well on the Nasdaq for me. This Boocamp. It's a lot more difficult to see the orders than it is with the S&P. It's a lot clearer where the volume's sitting. So see if we can get pushed down to these levels and try some buys down here. I've also banked $200 on this account this morning. Just trying to play a little bit of the Globex session. I took a nice... I can't see it because of this data. It doesn't load data, this thing. It's an annoying thing. Only loads data when you launch the platform. Afternoon, Burke. Which is really annoying. I took some trades this morning, but obviously the data's not there anymore. It might be in there. Oh yeah, here you go. This is where I was trading this morning. So I took this bounce off of here. Just a quick scalp to bank that $200. But this is where I shut the platform. Look. Don't get the data. You can get, there's some suppliers of data you can get historical data and download it, but mine doesn't unfortunately provide that. Okay, sellers have stopped coming in now. So not quite sure really. There's our opening range on the S&P. So fairly decent opening range. A lot of sellers still coming in. So looking for a bit of a pullback on the S&P and then maybe look for a short on it. Wow, Dow looks like it's retraced virtually all that move. Yeah, it has. I'm glad I got out half of that position. It's a big retracement. Okay, going one short on the S&P. Oh, I got the wrong stop on, look. I still have my settings on there from the DAX this morning. That's a silly trade to take that on, actually. I'm going to jump out of that. It's got some orders coming in up at the highs at the moment, some limit orders. and they're trying to push back down out of these lows. We've got a lot of sitting orders sitting at this level, this 42.50 area, 42.55 rather. Just going to try a quick buy limit off these lows if we get down there. Oh, just missed me, look. Moved it too far. Just got a sell limit up there. And short one. Closing that out. $200, 175. This big block of orders, stick a limit off of that. Stopped out on that long, short rather. I was only a tiny little risk on that. It was 0.1%, so it wasn't really a trade, to be honest. Okay, sellers are starting to come in now. So we're selling down into all this chop down here. So it's going to take quite a bit of selling price action to get through these lows. But we are selling off quite hard, so I don't really want to jump in on it just yet. Okay, going long one on the Dow, DAX, S&P. I'm watching too many charts on too many monitors. One long on the S&P. I've got a lot of selling coming in. We're not getting anywhere. That's all been absorbed, that selling. We've got a load of limit orders sitting underneath us here at the minute. So I think we're going to get a pop at some point off of this. How far it will go and whether it will be a reversal, I don't know. But I think we're probably going to get a pop. So I want it to happen fairly quick, though. It's taking a long time. Chomped through those levels pretty easily. Long one more. Jeez. Okay, getting a little bounce out of there. A lot of selling, still a lot of selling. Everything's selling off pretty hard. If we break back through that level again, I'm going to get out. See if we get a double bottom. Jesus, listen to that. No buying at all at the minute. It's all about the sellers. Any selling volume we got coming in is being absorbed. Any buying volume we got coming in is being absorbed at the minute. So I think I'm going to have to get out of this. I'm just going to give it the benefit of the doubt for a minute to see if we make a new low. Just looking to see if we can get a quick bounce that I can get out on. If not, I'll be out. Getting a little bit of absorption down here, but it's not. We're not getting any ticks up at all. Just hovering over the sell button, close button. I'm tempted to add one down here, but if it flies, I'm gonna get burnt. So just gonna try and get it back out at average. Come on. No. Closed. Flat. Yes, at 50% Fibo from yesterday's move. Yeah, probably. Well, depends which way you look at it. Wasn't much of a yesterday's move, really. One leg down, that's all we've had. What's happening at the yen? I don't know. They're basically it's powering up at the minute. So we've got strong yen today. I've got a feeling we are basically moving ahead of a rebound on Thursday morning. But don't know. I'm not really trading the yen at the moment because it's too difficult to get a gauge as to whether or not we're going to bounce or whether or not we are actually starting the retracement back down again. But here comes some buyers. I should have stayed in ever so slightly longer. Could have got out on that. Never mind. Fair amount of buying coming in now. Got out. I got in a bit too early on that. That's where I should have got in. That entry. We basically absorbed all of those limits, and it could only really push down once more before popping. I got in too early at these areas. Should have waited until the big block. Going short one down at these lows. Okay, I'm just looking to see what we get down here. I'm just getting ready to exit this position at these lows. If we bounce, but I've got a feeling we're going through this level. Okay, just getting out there, just get myself back into positive territory. Market's selling off very, very hard this, at the moment. I think we're going to crash through pretty much every level we've got going. There's been nothing but selling coming in at the moment. Every time we have a relax, we start a new selling leg. So I'm just looking for areas at the top, potentially to get in shorts. I think we're just going to break through all these levels this afternoon. Whoops. Okay, short one more. So looking for that sort of market structure. New lows. Short another one. Closing that out. God, a bit late on that. Just missed that exit. Want to get it down there, this level, but looks like we're going to break it. Question about the EA. Is there any way to set it up to get you out of a position whenever there is a break of the market structure indicator going the opposite direction? Yeah. Opening range breakout this afternoon was very good. Should have taken that on 1 minute, but hey, hindsight. Just coming down to double bottom. I'll have a look at the EA in a sec. 1 sec. I just want to see if we get a bounce down here. Okay, just putting a couple of limit orders down there. Just going to watch this. Watch it over here. So with the EA, yeah, if you want to get out of the positions after you get a reversal alert, there's 2 ways of doing it. You got close trades on opposite signal. If that's set to true, that will close your trade on the opposite signal, including all filters. So if you've used RSI filter, for example, it would have to be, so let's say, for example, you had the RSI filter set up, and this basically was 68 and 32. When it pushed down and got you into a long below the 68 level, if you got a reversal alert, let's say that's the 68 level, that's the 32 level. If you got a reversal alert there and you had that set to true, it wouldn't get you out of the position. It would need to be at the opposite signal. So the opposite signal to a 32 entry reversal alert would be a 68 exit reversal alert. The other way to get out is this one down here, which is close orders on opposite alert. So I just noticed we're getting close to that level. Don't you dare. Just see if I can get gathered into a limit down here. These orders are still holding. So this orange line is limit orders that have been sitting there for the entire session. Nobody's moved them, and they're being added to. There's a hell of a lot of selling coming through. Hell of a lot. But it's all being absorbed. If you look at some of the other indexes, all this selling that we're seeing coming in. So I'll talk about this in a sec. 1 sec. We're not getting we've got tons and tons and tons of selling. We're not getting a massive move down. It's not very fast down here. We're getting absorbed a lot down here at the minute. One long. Okay, we're having a little bit of rest from the sellers. Let's see if we can get a push up, see if we can get some buyers coming in while the sellers aren't active. That should give us a little push up, at least into that area up there. Still so much selling, so much selling. There we go. Not a lot. Is that it? Okay, so that's a spoof order. Yeah, we're approaching that level and they've pulled the order. Gone. Not a real order. Feels heavy. There's no selling. There's no buying coming in. There's no buyers in the market at all. I'm closing that and I'm flattening that, cancelling that other order. I don't like it. It's just every selling flurry we're getting, there's literally no buyers stepping in. We're not getting any buying at all. Every limit order that's sitting there where we would expect them to target is being removed as we get anywhere near it. Look at that. Some geezers just put a whacking great order in there. Long. I think I just don't like the fact that we've got all this sitting down here and yet there's no buyers in the market. I don't trust it. I've got $300 banked there, so I'm going to here comes the next lot of sellers. So let's see if we can get through this level. If we don't make it, that lot all got absorbed. The whole lot gone. So many sellers. Couldn't get through. Strong. I'll leave that for a minute. Right, so yeah, going back to your question. Let me just turn the crickets off for a minute. They're driving me up the wall. There we go. Shush. Go away. So yeah, so basically if you want to get out on the opposite alert, just a reversal alert, yeah? So you can set whatever conditions you want in the EA to get you into the trade, ADR, RSI filters, moving averages, whatever. So it would get you into a position. If you want to get out on the very next reversal alert, regardless of what happens in the market, in the opposite direction, close order on opposite alert. What this does is literally as soon as there is a reversal alert in the opposite direction, so we've taken a, let's say for example, we've taken a long, as soon as, sorry, no, the other way around, isn't it? Let's say we've taken a short. As soon as that breaks, that reversal alert breaks there, it will get you out of your position, regardless of what filters are set in the EA. So it doesn't matter what you've got set up in here, anywhere, any filter, that setting will get you out as soon as there is a reversal alert. So you can say, I only want you to get me into trades when the RSI is extended, when we're extended on the 4-hour RSI and we're in line with the current 200 moving average and the daily 72 moving average. Those are my entry conditions. Yeah. If you want to get in, and then as soon as you get a reversal alert in the opposite direction, i.e. any sign of strength in the opposite direction against you, that will get you out. Yeah. The one at the top, the opposite signal, means that every single one of the filters has to be active. Yeah, so you have to have an RSI in the opposite direction. You have to have the higher time frame in the opposite direction. You have to have the moving average the other side. These are really hard conditions. That one at the top there doesn't really work particularly well. This is what everybody wants to use. This one, which just gets you out basically on the opposite alert. Hello, cancel. What? The hell? I'm pressing the cancel button. So in that instance there, yeah, you would have got in on this reversal alert here. Yeah, and it wouldn't be getting you out until that breaks. At the moment, we will get something like that. That break, that will get you out. Okay, so NASDAQ, we're hitting these lows at the minute. This is where all that money is sitting as well on the S&P. So all these highs, this is that money we're looking at. It's obviously, the pricing is slightly different on the CFDs, but getting the bounce ahead of it. I wonder if we're going to get another run up short. Doesn't look like it at the moment, does it? What if I'm already in a position? Sorry, yeah. I've got far too much going on. I feel like I'm in Starship Enterprise today. I really do. What if I'm already in a position? Could I just turn off all the filters except the opposite reversal alert? Yes, you could. So once you're in a trade, you could turn off all the filters, yeah, and then say, yeah, go the other way. Get me out on the other way. So you could set it up to, for simplicity's sake, just say get me in on an ADR. Get me in if we hit ADR. And then once you're in the trade, you can come in and say get me out. Turn off the ADR filter and use that exit. But you're better off using that, because then it automatically gets you in on your condition of ADR being hit, and it gets you out when there's a reverse alert in the other direction. That's the best thing to do. Okay, so we're just pulling back at the moment on the S&P. We haven't hit a particularly strong level. We've hit this area here. We've actually broken below it. So I think this is more probably of a pullback and continuation short that we're seeing at the minute here. So I'd probably be looking, it's difficult to tell where we'd pull back up into. Probably around that level. We've got a couple of levels coming up where there's a lot of limits sitting. Going short one from there. See if that is enough pullback. Looks like it might be. Okay, shorting one more up there. I'm just going to try and get out of this. I think it might be in a bit early. Closing that. Shit. It's so difficult to get out because you're moving. The price is moving so fast. It's so difficult to get out. I think we're probably going to head up to here before we short. I thought we might be shorting off of this level, but damn, I was right. So looking like we're coming back down again on the S&P. It's whether or not we're going to crack this level. So going to look for a little bit of a bounce off of there. Potentially another short. If the Nasdaq doesn't turn here, then I better stop trading and read up on the news. Yeah, it's looking like it wants to go, isn't it? Okay, long one. All this chop here. Okay, we just absorbed all that. So gone one more long. Big selling volume hit that. Let's see if we've run out of sellers. If we haven't, then I'm stuffed. I'm stuffed. Not a lot of selling coming in. There's just no buyers in the market today. I should be trying to sell this really, which I have a couple of times, rather than trying to buy these bounces. We've moved down such a long way already today. I'm just looking for the pullback. We don't seem to be getting a pullback today off of this at all. I'm going to try one more long off of this level. Might have to take a hit on this today. So average is there. Gonna stop out. God, there's a lot of sellers. Look at that. All absorbed though. May get a buying rally coming in now. We've got to find the lows on this thing soon. One seller, one buyer. So we're basically all sitting in all this chop now. We could turn at any point down here, but if we're going to crack through this, we're coming all the way back down to there today. So I've called this wrong today. $1,500 is going to be my stop out today. There you go, 1350. So I'm up about 700 to 800 on the day. What a nightmare. So can't find the lows on the S&P. No idea why these things are tanking so hard today. Should have taken the opening range break short, but you watch. Probably go about another 10-15 points and then do that. It's always the way, isn't it? Get to the lows and then it pops. So every major level today been broken to the downside. $150 ADR on the pound yen. So it's all the money coming into the yen as well today. Still pushing. Oops. 150 ADR. $125 Aussie yen. Still coming down. Now the buyers are coming in. Is that the low? Should I risk another one? Should I risk another 500? Let's have a go. With what I've banked on the Forex funds account, I'm 625 up. So willing to give it another shot to see if we get a bounce at the lows here. Try and recoup some of that. Big move down on the Dow as well. So we're on ADR now on the Nasdaq. We're approaching a support level. So looking for something to get bought up down here and start to move back up into these propulsion gaps. See if we can fill some of this liquidity on the way down. But just seems to be absolutely hemorrhaging today. Jesus. Oh, just close those out, Max. I must get used to this platform. Sorry, going too long. Didn't mean to close those out. I meant to put stop in. I keep hitting the control because I'm used to trading on another platform. Control right click to put stops in the market. On this one, it's shift right click. I keep hitting control right click and it just closes my positions. I didn't mean to close those out then. Just added them back in again. Let's try again. There we go. That's what I meant to do. One more long. So looking for these highs to get taken out here. No, still no buyers in the market though. We're just relying on the sellers exiting their positions at the minute by the looks of things. Okay, going to close out 500 profit there. Going long one more. So looking for that low, high, low, high, and break of that level. There'll be a shift in structure. Still no buyers though. We're not getting any support to go higher at all. So volatile today, it really is. After that nice quiet session we had this morning, all hell breaks loose. Looking for this to be support. Out if we break below. Okay, long one more. Nice big order just come in there. Okay, so we're certainly starting to settle down now at these lows. So hopefully we're going to find some support down here and start to pull back up into these areas, at least get a pullback if we're going to take another leg down. But the last pullback we got was sort of 15 minutes. Hopefully we'll get something of similar equivalence, which will bring us back up to either of those levels. Andy, on the book map, how many orders are there? Around 42.10, 42.15. Not a lot. Nothing. Come on. Just no pullbacks. Things. Whoops, wrong one. So many sellers. Okay, new high in. Need to break these orders here. There we go. Pop through those. One more long. There's just literally no buyers stepping in. Come on, where are you all? We're entering this area. I'd like to see at least get a wick test on that. We should have enough movement to get back up to wick to at least fill this gap. On a pullback after this much volatility, we've got to get some, these guys have got to take profit on this at some point. Looks like 42.36, 42.35 level. Sorry, 40, what? Futures different, completely different pricing on the S&P at the moment. A few buyers starting to step in, still not a lot of buying pressure. Struggling up at these highs. One more long. My God, look at this. Triple bottom. No buyers. Doesn't bode well. Dow's coming down very hard as well. Pretty much reversed straight out of that area. Shows you how much this can't even get a pullback. Sellers just too strong today. So I'm going to stop out on that one down there, 2k. Can't go any further. Another 400 and I blow the account. So that's me done for the day. Gone. Oh well. It's looking like a good day. Should have been sending that short today, shouldn't we? Never mind. Nasdaq is down in this area basically. So we're double bottoming, just taking yesterday's low at ADR. Really looks like this is where we're going to get the bounce. I just got in a bit too large there on that S&P, because obviously if the Nasdaq bounces, it's going to drag the S&P with it. Pound yen. No, that was another yen. One of the yens. Pound US dollar also hit ADR. 125. Everything's going crazy on the ADRs as well today. Pound's really getting hammered. Not against that, but pound yen, pound Swiss, pound US, all down hard. So we've got strong US dollar, strong yen, and strong Swiss today. How's my FX positions getting on? Ugh, don't even want to look at Euro odd. What is going on with that? It's not my day today, is it? Okay, so Euro odds just pulled back up. So we're approaching where we would potentially get second leg starting down. Anywhere around here. So this is where I had that additional position on, obviously, which I took off this morning. So I'm going to add a third position, which will be the final position on this one, up at ADR. Where should I stick it? Somewhere in that accumulation. So I reckon the 50. What position size am I using on this one? 35. 25. So I'm going to stick sell limit up at the 50% retracement, and then we'll see where we go around ADR if we get up to ADR today. So we've got a bit of Aussie dollar weakness. So a little bit of euro strength starting to show through. Lows are holding. I can't really trade that. Too close to stopping out. Trailing drawdowns, love them. Oops. Okay, so buying up there. I'm going to go long one. Actually, what I'm going to do. Going to get in with a much tighter stop on that. A few buyers started to step in now. Euro odd 4 hour just filled the gap. Oh my God, look at this. Look at it. Out. Jesus Christ. This is a bloodbath. Absolute bloodbath. So I'm just getting out of some positions on my other account. Push. How did you get one so right and one so wrong? It's crazy, isn't it? £2,000 down on here, 2.2 up on my other account, my funded account. Trading the same instruments, yet one account made a massive loss, the other account made a massive win. Just shows you how it really doesn't matter how you get into the market. It's to do with hitting the button, getting there at the right time, and getting out with the profit in the bank. Mental. So pretty much break even for the day at the minute. Tough one. US 100 cleaned me. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people getting cleaned today. Unless you're shorting this and you're selling these pullbacks, but you've got to be brave to get in on a 1 bar pullback short. Euro, we're looking at the Euro US dollar. No, we're looking at Euro odd. Yeah, so we just filled that. That's not really a propulsion gap though. A propulsion gap, that's a propulsion gap. Has to be after an accumulation. So the idea is price accumulates, builds a book, and either the buyers or the sellers then move the market. Yeah, that is a propulsion gap. Where you just have price pushing up and then it pushes a little bit harder than it did for the previous couple of candles, that's not a propulsion gap. That's just a move up. So I wouldn't class that as anything that would act as support. I can't believe this Dow as well. Euro US dollar ADR. So I'm just watching what's going on. Pound Swiss. This is so volatile. I have no idea what's causing all this volatility in the market today. Everything's just going mental. No news. It's just absolute dumping. Okay, buyers are starting to step in now. Got the orders and nobody's interested in longing this anymore. They've all given up. Buyers have all gone home. They've had enough today, me included. Just seeing if we can get a pump. Final one off these, somewhere down at these lows. Everything's going mental. Yen is massively strong. More yen strength coming in as well. US dollar doesn't seem to want to be stopping at all. Probably will get my second order on the US dollar Swiss. Up at ADR. Wow, totally fallen out of bed, isn't it? Got a nice wick forming. So see if we can get some momentum off this low. We're at ADR now on the S&P as well. So kind of last chance saloon, really. And it's dropping again. Why are you not using triangle indicator? I just don't trade symmetrical triangles anymore. I do. I mean, when I see them, I trade them. We traded one the other day on the New Zealand dollar something. New Zealand dollar CAD. Yeah, break to the low. Traded that. I just don't use the indicator. Still work. Just you kind of see them after a while. You see a symmetrical triangle forming after you've got point sort of 4 in. You can see the symmetrical triangle. So you just know when you get a break of that high or you get a break of that low, you're going one way or the other. Have a feeling we'll see the indices grind back up in the afternoon. I hope so. I've just taken a long on the Dow. We're pulling back into this accumulation. So I'm not looking for the earth on it. We had such a big drop and then this lovely push up. What I was expecting today was a little bit of a pullback and potentially a push, but I was looking for shorts, obviously. But I was looking for a bounce, a short move and a bounce. And what we've got is an absolute melting. The Dow, I'm just taking a long down here. See if I can get a pop out of this area here. Hopefully we're going to find some support down here, but if you see this, we just had a flurry of buyers coming in. Every time we get a flurry of buyers, they are just eaten completely. There's just so much selling pressure. The market is just completely selling off. I'm wondering if it's Elon Musk buying Twitter. The market's just like not interested in anything to do with any tech stocks anymore. It's just dragging the entire market down. More ADRs going off on the yens. Very tough session today. So with the Dow, initial target is going to be somewhere in there. It's where we found the next leg of sellers coming in. So this is kind of where I would expect us to get back up to find some resistance, assuming we've got enough selling pressure to get up, buying pressure to get up there, and the sellers have had it for today. obviously everything that we've seen coming through on the buying side at the moment has just been absorbed. So we need to see a nice bullish engulfing come through, and then some kind of inside bar pattern build so that we can break out to the highs. We just not literally can't break any highs at the minute. But after a rally like that, you would expect to get a fade of some kind. Is this Musk selling shares in other companies in order to get cash for Twitter purchase? Quite possibly. You know what? It could well easily be Elon Musk, couldn't it? I'm just watching this Dow. We're just trying to break new high of the previous candle. Didn't make it. Okay. I'm closing a couple of positions out. He's got to put up 21 billion of his own equity. Yeah, where's he getting that from? That all adds up, doesn't it? You just don't know where these people have their money, do they? He's the richest man in the world. He's got it absolutely everywhere. Going to go long another one on the S&P. Just another one bar pullback. That's what we had last time. Managed a couple there. One there. If we don't break these lows and we start to accumulate, I think we're probably going to pop. But we need some of this to turn green for a little while and stop these sellers coming through. How long does it take to sell all of your stocks to raise 21 billion? That is a question. Hopefully, about, what are we? An hour and 20 minutes. That'd be nice. I'm really tempted to take a little long down here, but I'm so close to stopping out. I would have to time it so well. Just nothing. The Dow is pushing up. Even though we've still got sellers coming through. So we are getting a lot more absorption of these sellers at the minute, starting to get some positive movement. So we've got half a chance, I think, of getting a rally off the back of this move. I'm going to, if we break these highs, we should be all right. Going long one. You're just going to have to watch this very carefully. Oh my God. Close now. It's too close to call. I don't think this is going anywhere. I think this is going down. I'm just going to sell the Dow. I've just closed out my Dow positions on the other account for $600 profit. Two, 4, 6, 7, 750 actually. I'm flipping short. I think that's a pullback. I don't think we're done today. There's so literally the green ticks we've had coming through on this have been so minute, haven't they? You know what? I'm going flat. I can't do this anymore. It's driving me nuts today. So, what's the grand total? 2337. 2432. 2432 minus 2337 plus 200. 295 for the day. After all of that, what a nightmare. That's the most hideous day of trading I've had for a long time. That was horrible volatility. You look at this, all these indices. Dow looks the nicest out of the lot. That many candles dropping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 35 minutes literally straight down, putting in, what's that, 240, so 3/4 of an ADR straight down at the open. Unbelievable. I'm surprised it didn't actually manage to lose more than that, but hey, anybody make any money today? Anybody short it? Jesus. And this, people, is why people blow their funded accounts. Yeah, look how close I am to that. Yeah, I got $2.5 grand limit. One more trade, and I'm done. And I'm not trading this anymore, obviously. I will have days where I'm making that every day as well. So, but the problem is, you cannot, as a trader, have those days like that. It doesn't work that way. It works like that. Yeah, that is one of those. In the next couple of days, I'm going to have one of those. But this is why everybody blows their funded accounts. And those statistics we went through this morning and looked at those 4 traders out of 5,000 that actually got to payday. 4 traders out of 5,000 that got to payday. That is why they don't get to payday. If it's your own money, it doesn't matter. If it's a prop firm, you're blown, aren't you? Got to be very careful. You've got to have your eye on the ball. Nobody made money. One of those days. This is the issue I'm having with this. This has happened since the Ukraine war broke out. We are seeing these days so many times. I'm going to learn to take these opening range breakouts at some point and hold them, because we're getting these days where you literally, if you are not on it when it starts, you will not get on it. It didn't give any pullbacks, did it? The only pullback, if you look at it, yeah, we did get a bit of a pullback in here. But, you know, when we opened, you just didn't get enough, did you? Look at me buying it here. That's it. And then boom, you're out. You can't get in this because it's not giving you any pullbacks to enter on. You've got to literally just keep selling it on the way down. And obviously that's a crazy thing to do because you know you are expecting a pullback. We're just not getting those at the moment. And since we've had the war, we are literally just doing accumulation, collapse. We do it all the time, don't we? And it's very, 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 very difficult to trade on any time frame. However, I got some really nice profits out of it on the FX side when we had the massive drop. Very, very quick, easy FX profits when you're in them, which is why I'm sort of taking those FX trades with a couple of positions to make sure you take advantage of these. When you get these in on an FX pair and you hit an ADR, out, done. But on 5 minutes, tough. Had about $300 profit on futures and decided to trade some more. To trade some more. Did you make any more though? That's the question. Look at it. I just exited those shorts on the Dow. I haven't got the balls to take any more shorts on it. Too far. We're too far down. ADR. I can't short at ADR. Not in indices. Got to be getting a W forming. This is where you want to be taken along. We're an hour and a half in now. Surely we found the low of the day. Hour and a half in the New York session. Taking shorts following price action on M1. Yeah, if you're trading M1, you probably had some pullback entries on M1. Oh, I mean, really? You wouldn't want to take a 1 bar pullback on M1, would you? That's tough. That's really tough. Didn't end well, Christy. No, I'm not surprised. You get days like this where it's just stupid volatile and you just have to take them on the chin. Market structure works beautifully 90% of the time. When the market just wants to dump, market structure is irrelevant. Doesn't make any difference. Should have been paying attention to this a lot more today. But hindsight. Just making new lows. You're at the point now where you can't short it because we're too far down. You can't long it because every long has failed. Just not worth bothering with anymore. I'm out. $300. I'm happy. I should have had $3,000 out of that today, but should have been one of the big days, but it wasn't. Never mind. Right, so I'm holding at the moment. What am I holding at the moment? I'm holding Euro Odd, Oz US, and US Swiss. So Euro Odd. Just move the crickets out of the way. Euro Odd. I've got 2 positions on. What am I doing? M1. Can't see anything on M1. I got 2 positions on. The one from the other day I took off. So I've still got that one and the other one just down there. I've got a sell limit at these lows and that high, this accumulation. So if we can get a push back up into that area today, 50% retracement on the entire move, somewhere around 50 to 61. That's where I'll be looking for a third short. And then hopefully I will get out of all of that tomorrow. US dollar Swiss. Holding that up here. I've got a limit order set up at ADR. Just get rid of that zone 1 minute. Jesus, that's a daily zone, isn't it? Yeah. So I can see what I'm doing. Just moving that down ever so slightly. So if we can get a further push. So at the moment we've got a strong, fairly strong US dollar. But obviously we've got a much stronger Swiss franc at the minute. So as soon as that Swiss franc strength eases off, the US dollar should be able to get a push up. But as it's pushed up so far today, I don't think it's going to get any further than ADR. If we can get to ADR, we'll probably get a sell-off tomorrow. So looking for another short opportunity on that. I've only got the one on that at the moment. And the only other thing I've got on was the Aussie US. So that buy, we got that starting to move up, and we're just coming down to double bottom on that one at the moment as well. We just hit last week's low on the Dow. Jeez, listen to it. Right, okay, see that absorption there? Yeah, that was a massive selling rally come in there. We've not managed to get any lower. So we'll have delta divergence showing now. Massive delta divergence. Yeah, that's a great buy. We also had delta divergence there, which did absolutely nothing. We also had delta divergence there, which did absolutely nothing. Nothing's working today. Nothing is working today. If you're trading divergence, you're dead. If you're trading market structure, you're dead. If you're trading price action, you're dead. If you shorted it at the open and went and made a cup of tea, well done, you're a millionaire. No one did that. Apart from Elon Musk. Wow, look at it. We are getting absorbed. The whole lot is getting absorbed down here. There's massive volume, selling volume coming in here, and we've got positive movement. So this could be it for the third time, but this will be the third attempt at stopping these buyers. Sellers, rather. What was that area you were looking at, Andy? 42. Where is it? 42.10 to 42.15. Yeah, so this is it. They didn't start entering orders there until 20 to 4. So 25 minutes ago they started entering orders at that level. Looks big absorption there. Looks like they're buying here. So this could be it. Then again, it could just be another one of them. Still selling it. What's Elon Musk own? Does anybody know? Is he got a load of Netflix? What's he got? Obviously, he's got a load of Tesla. He's not going to sell Tesla, is he, though? You can see Tesla's look. Tesla's sitting at a +7. Everything else is negative, apart from that one, and Apple. So I reckon he's got a load of Microsoft. He doesn't like Jeff Bezos, does he? So I doubt he's got a load of Amazon. I reckon he's got a load of Nvidia and a load of Netflix, which he's just flogged. So you look at last week's low, weren't you, on the Dow? Last week's low on the Dow is down here. Oh, sorry, this month. We've already broken above that though, so I don't think that's in play. That level's in play. But I wouldn't expect it to come this far. We got the reversal off of it yesterday, but I wouldn't expect it to come this far. I would expect this to be a retest long, but I would have expected it to go now. So I don't know. It's got me today. This too far, too fast. So all that selling we saw coming through there has just been absorbed down at these lows. We have made new lows. Apparently Bill Gates has a short position on Tesla. Has he? I don't think Bill Gates has got anything, has he? He's got no money left. He's giving it all away. He's giving it all to Elon Musk. Loads of buyers coming in. Oh, I really want to take one, but I can't. Do I take one on the S&P? Okay, so this is a 1 bar pullback we're watching here. Is this the bottom? I'm betting it is. So I'm going long. This is my last trade of the day. $90 minutes in to session. Opening range low or opening range higher quite often in. We've obviously come down and retested that 1.5 hour level, and we are finding buyers down here. You saw that massive absorption we had at this level. Yeah. So there are buyers here. Sellers have got to run out at some point, you would expect. So I'm going to have a final crack at a long down here. I'm going to risk 250 on it on my funded account, which basically means yesterday's low. I'm just entering one position. Yesterday's low and ADR 125 ADR is basically where I would stop. I'm going to stop out on that account. This one I'm going for a quick scalp. It was leaked in a text conversation between Gates and Musk. It's a brave man shorting Tesla. Unless he knows something we don't. And Musk knows something we don't. Okay, we're in danger of putting 2 bull bars in here. We've still got 2.5 minutes left, but we're in danger of actually getting 2 bull bars in. So we've got some sellers, more sellers stepping in. Haven't seen any more buyers stepping in. Haven't seen many sellers stepping in. He says just as the seller starts stepping. So looking for that to hold. It's Tuesday. Not enough to push it down. That's good. So looking for these, that accumulation. This is really the propulsion gap I would look at if we are going to continue down. I've got a feeling this might be it. We might have found it after multiple attempts. Bullish engulfing going in on the Dow. Nasdaq is looking very much the same as the S&P at the minute. We just pushed up, made a new high. So potentially we've got 3-bar reversal. Going long one more on my funded account as well. Russia's halted gas supplies to Poland. I wonder why that is. Jesus, look at them. They are just literally threatening everybody, aren't they? Oh, maybe it's something to do with Russian, with Lavrov threatening NATO. That could be why we've tanked today. Look at that. This thing is just death on a stick. So I'm looking for this basically to be an uneven W reversal. If it's not, obviously I'm out. I've got my stops basically on my other account down here. I'm just going to move them back up under that level because I'm not going to risk it. It's too heavy. Big flurry came in there. We've had signs of life like this before. Just bear flags. Surely there can't be any more selling. Surely, famous last words. The only danger we're running down here at the moment, obviously after this move, is that we just basically accumulate for the afternoon. So we may well sit and just do that. So basically sit here and wait, which will obviously on a daily chart will look a little bit like this. So basically a strong close candle. So where we are now, we could basically just muck about down here and finish with a strong close. But yeah. Should have held my daily bias. Never mind. 42.12. So basically my stop on my funded account is at the low here of this area, which is not really a propulsion gap. I suppose it sort of is. It's more of a end of move really rather than accumulation, but we're more likely to see buyers stepping in down there. It doesn't look like there's an awful lot of buyers down here at the minute. They're all down at 4,200 again. Remember yesterday? What happened yesterday? I was selling it down to 4,200. What happened at 4,200? Boom. If we get down to 4,200, God, can I stick a limit order down there? I can do, can't I? There we go. If that works, that's going to be the trade of the century. Basically, I'm looking to get gathered on that limit. All sellers get absorbed within this band, so it doesn't stop me out, and then it's going to pop and scream off to the highs. Yeah. So that's going to keep me within. How many points is that? That's 42. 42.25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's $75 risk. $75 risk, and it could be the trade that digs me out of everything. Look at the volume coming in. Not sure how anyone can believe anything Lavrov says. He's lied about everything while continuing the invasion. The beatings will continue until morale improves. Yeah, anything that comes out of anything from Russia, you just can't believe it. Anything. Talk of nuclear war is dangerous and unhelpful. No crap. Yeah, I mean, everything they say we know is a lie. The only people that can't see it's a lie are the people stuck in the country, unfortunately. Everyone else can see that what they're saying is not what is happening. But worrying thing is, if they were to take out Putin, I think Lavrov's going to replace him. So you're just replacing a bad apple with a bad apple. Okay, bullish engulfing gone in. I'm just waiting for a little bit of a pullback just to enter another buy-in. Going long one more on the funded. Just waiting for these buyers to stop so we can get a bit of a pullback. I just want to see a bit of a pullback. Yeah, we are getting the bullish movement. Okay, so that's that. Stop hunt W. I just can't see it getting very far today. And I'm just worried about this being a pullback. This is the first basically 2-bar pullback followed by a bullish engulfing we've had. So this is definitely bullish, which just obviously you can see it coming in over here. And we can see where they were buying off this level here. So it's looking good, but any any extra flurry of sellers, and we are going to be back down, making new lows, I think. 42.45 is where we've had constant limit orders for shorts, which is going to be roughly this area. So we're pulling back at the moment. Going long one more. I'm going to gather it up into that other buy stop. If it goes, I'm only trading with a 0.25% risk on these positions at the moment. Down 0.9 on this account. On the indices, obviously I'm up on FX, but I'm down 0.9 on the indices. So not the end of the world on this one. Still a lot of buyers stepping in here. Look, it's definitely forming a very, very, very nice support down here, which is probably going to be pretty hard for the sellers to crack. They've just sold so much off today. I don't think they're going to be able to make it through that level. The question is, are we going to have enough buyers left, and are there enough profit take moves left to get us back up? Or are we just going to sit and accumulate down here? So we could easily just, shop. Let's say exactly the same as we did in the Frankfurt session. We could just stick a little accumulation in down here and not actually get anywhere. So if we get the pullback, fantastic. If we don't get the pullback, just going to have to exit all of these wherever we are towards the end of the day. Get rid of that zone now, I don't need that. So next support, it's quite a way away. Another half an ADR at least. Down to there. Sorry, about half an ADR. I don't think they've got the strength to get anywhere near that. So looking for a pullback up into here. Let's see if we can get some balls entering. Lovely double bullish candles on M15. Same on S&P. Oh, if only I had some margin left. That zone, that 4200 level. You see they're starting to pull orders out of 4200 now since we pushed up. There's a load of orders been pulled out of this level. We are still sitting quite heavy here. But a lot of those orders have been pulled out, moved up to support this level here. So entering long. Everyone wants to get out at 42.30. If we are going to go into a range here, want to be looking at buying up all the lows. And obviously just scalping back out at the highs. US dollar Swiss just made new highs. Just broken highs of the London session. Swiss franc weakness starting to show now. So a little bit more room for movement on the US dollar. See if we can get up to ADR. Get short on that. Bit more buying coming in. The volume's dropped dramatically now. So we had all the buying came in there to get those new highs in. We're all sitting on just low volume now. So going to let this run long. Obviously you can see what I've got on. So looking to pull back up into this zone here. That's really all I want to try and grab out of this afternoon. If we can get a move back up into there, I'm trading this on the funded account as well. If we break back down below these lows and this isn't the low of the day, I'm just going to be out of these positions. If we do manage to get up to there, obviously I'm out with profit, but we're looking like we're just accumulating now. So There's not enough buying pressure to get higher at the moment, not enough selling pressure to push lower. So someone's going to win out at some point. We'll get an end of day rally or an end of day dump. That will be what will decide, I suspect, because we're entering the doldrums lunch at the minute. So afternoon session, hopefully we'll get a pullback. Afternoon X-Cap, you're a little bit late. We're about to finish. It's 4:30. Been on for 2 hours. Been absolutely murdered this afternoon. Hideously volatile. Way too fast. Monster move to the downside. Whoop. I'm going to leave this 4200 play running. So if I do get stopped out on the other trade, I'm going to let this 4200 run. So there's only $75 risk here. It's worth a shot. There's a hell of a lot of orders there. So we could well get a big absorption there, and that could be the final run of the day down to 4200. And if it is, I've got a chance of getting a runner off of that, which is exactly what happened yesterday. Worst case scenario, I'm going to lose $75. Upside for that, if we do get a runner off 4200, is going to be quite a spectacular move to the upside, isn't it? So I could easily get a grand or so off of that. Stopped out in those positions. This thing is an utter disaster today. It's just not stopping. I'm still in my positions on the funded account because my stop's here by the skin of my teeth, but I don't think I'm going to hold them. It's $230, so it's about $300 risk down there. But that would basically put me flat for the day, and I'm still in it. Out of one. It's just nibbling away at my orders. It's just nibbled away at one. I had 3 positions on. It's just taken one. It's thinking about it. Look at that. Right, if this turns around now and flies, I shall be ecstatic. Look at that. There we go. Got me. That sums up the day, doesn't it? What a nightmare day. We have them. Nothing you can do. So, the only profit I've got today... actually, no, I'm flat. I feel like I've been beaten up. Really do today. This has been a hideous, volatile roller coaster. Looking at that on M5, literally that 35-minute drop with one pullback, impossible to get into unless you took the opening range break. If you took the opening range break, quids in. But hey. Right, so that's me done for the day. I'll be back tomorrow at 7:50 as usual. We'll have a look at how we're going with the DAX. Hopefully we get some movement out of the DAX. We didn't get anything this morning. The DAX was an absolute nightmare this morning as well. It's been one of those days today, isn't it? Literally, the DAX this morning didn't give us anything. That was just a roller coaster from hell this afternoon. So we will see what happens with Dow's just hit ADR as well, by the way. So look at that DAX. I've been watching it on my chart coming down with everything else. I didn't realise we'd just hit 175 ADR on that. I haven't seen the DAX do that for quite a while. So that sell-off isn't tech. That's happened to the DAX as well. This is a market-wide sell-off. because there's a lot of oil and everything in the DAX. So that's interesting. The Dow, I was just going to say, the Dow's just hit ADR as well. So we are at ADR low now on the Dow too. I'm just taking a long on that Dow at ADR, which I'm going to hold until market close. Stop below. I'll take it on here as well. So stop is basically just below this this gap. We're at ADR. We're approaching lows. We've sold off like crazy. So I'm just taking one on the Dow. I'm going to let this run and just see where it goes to end of day. It's either going to get me or I will get it with that one position. But I think that's worth a go. Off of ADR. We are slowing down a lot now. The market's gone very, very quiet. There's enough room on that to enough breathing room, I think, there to survive a good sort of 15-20 minute push to the downside if there is one left in it. Right, so I will be back tomorrow morning, 7:50. Hopefully we'll have a better morning tomorrow. Hopefully have a better day in total tomorrow. Need to get some of that money back. So I'll be trading DAX again tomorrow morning, and then I'll have a look at the rest of the markets in the afternoon. We'll have a good look through all the FX pairs tomorrow and see if there's any more setups. So it's midweek tomorrow. See if we can find some setups. The news-wise, tomorrow we've got Aussie dollar CPI in the morning, basically before market open. So any Aussie dollar positions you've got on, have a look at when you wake up, because we should have some decent movement on those. I've got a couple of Aussies on myself at the moment. So we do quite often get good move off of CPIs. So I would expect to see some movement on the Aussie dollar, but quite often it's a bit of a whipsaw. So we should get some ADRs. We quite often get ADRs hit on the Aussie dollars because there's a lot less liquidity in the market. So the Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar slip quite a lot. So watch the Aussie and the New Zealand tomorrow. Get ready to take some profit in the morning on those. We've got Lagarde speaking tomorrow afternoon, and that's it. And then Thursday is the BOJ outlook report, and that is when I'm expecting potentially to get some decent movement off of these yen pairs. So all these sell-offs that we've had on the yens, I'm expecting potentially bounces. We've just got a lovely bounce off of New Zealand dollar yen there. US dollar yen is just still coming down. Pound yen, we're coming into this accumulation. So I'm looking basically for some kind of bounce potentially on Thursday. New Zealand dollar yen, I've got that position on. We didn't get that, did we, this morning? Just putting that down. So that entry I had on New Zealand dollar yen this morning, I was looking for the breakout move to the upside. Moving it down there. So I'm going to move that up a little bit actually. So looking for these lows basically to get invalidated, which will give you your reversal alert. Yeah, so looking to start that move tomorrow. I expect we'll probably go into an accumulation on the yens tomorrow ahead of Thursday, because they won't want to be dumping a load of money into the yen until they've had that outlook report. So looking to sort of enter a position on the yen long, getting ready for Thursday's potential move. Obviously that could go either way on Thursday, so we'll have a look at what happens with that one. But all these yens, basically, we've had a lovely big strong move down, which is a beautiful pullback. So looking for a bounce. seeing as the Bank of Japan don't seem to be worried about devaluing their currency. They've called it basically up to 130 to 135. So they've called it basically up to there, which means basically weakness on the yen and US dollar strength. So they're calling yen up to there. So they're saying it's going to be weaker. Whether or not that's going to happen, we'll find out on Thursday. Okay, so have a good afternoon. If you're going to continue trading, good luck. I'm literally going to run this Dow long and see if I can grab a little bit of profit out of this one. But apart from that, that's it. Not doing anything else today. Been beaten up. Need to go and lick my wounds, drink beer, calm down, that sort of stuff. Going spinning in about half an hour, so that's always good. Get your anger out on the spin bike. Right, have a good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And I'll be back tomorrow morning, 7:50. We'll have a look at the rest of the markets. We'll have a look at all the FX pairs and see if we can get some money out of the DAX. Have a good one.